Hi everyone, it's Kimberly. Welcome back to the Illumined Guru. Thanks to the new subscribers, and thank you for those of you who have followed the channel from the beginning. I so appreciate your support. We just hit the 5,000 subscriber milestone. We just surpassed that. And I really do feel like it's something notable because I really set out to help just one person. That was my whole mission with the channel. I was like, if I could just help one person, I'll just put this video out. I'll start blogging about, my personal situation. And that turned into a platform to use my soul coaching. And within 6 months, this was 2 years ago, within 6 months of launching the channel, which was 2 years ago in May, I was able to start this mission-based work, and this is the 2-year anniversary in October of that work. So this is 6 months later, right? So this is a 2-year milestone for me, and I can't believe the opportunity that I've had. When I look through my database, I have worked with thousands of twin flames, thousands, not hundreds, thousands in the past 2 years. And I think it's amazing. And I'm very grateful and thankful for you and for your support and for choosing me as your teacher, healer, or coach, or however you've worked with me, or however you engage with the videos. Those of you who are wanting to take your mission to the next level and become a soul coach yourself, I am holding a certification. If you haven't heard about that yet, all the info is on my website, theilluminedguru.com, and it'll pop up right when you go on the site. So just click on the certificate programs, and it'll give you all the info. That's going to be January, February of 2018. The application process is underway. I already have it half filled. I am hand-picking who I put into the program. I want to make sure we have the right fit mutually, so that you're the right fit for this type of coaching work, and that I'm the right fit for you in terms of a teacher. So I'm doing an interview process and an application process. But if you want to apply, go online now, because I'm going to close that out November 1st, because you will need time to plan ahead for the budgeting the tuition and planning ahead with your time and your schedule. So check that out. Also on the website, you can book a private session if you do want to work with me as in a soul coaching capacity, or for a reading or intuitive guided session. And lastly, I'll say I'm really proud of my 3-week intensive program participants. They actually just completed the 3 weeks, or just completing it. This is the end of week 3. And I am just blown away at how diligently they navigated the work and the epiphanies that they had, the self-discovery and the insights. It really just seemed like it was tremendously progressive and helpful for each participant. And it was amazing for me to witness it. So I want you to know that all of those courses that they just went through in a short, condensed time, you can take ongoing on my site, Vibe Up. So it's vibup.com. Okay, so let's dig into the energy report for October. I can't believe we're in October already. This is crazy. Is time flying for everyone, or is it just me because I moved in September and that kind of makes time go by quick because you're really busy? But I don't know. It's flying for me. So it's crazy that we're at the end of the month, actually. I can't believe it. So here we are embarking on in October, and October is going to be a very pivotal month for Twin Flames. I have goosebumps, hair standing up as I say it. I don't know if you can see. Mostly for your individual journey, but also because we're going to start seeing more unions in the collective. And some of these are going to be reunions, and I'm going to talk about that as we get into the reading, because I'm sure it's going to show up in the cards, and if not, I'll chime in with some channeled messages about it. So unions and reunions, balance from within is a really huge theme, right? Where your masculine and feminine energies are balancing in a way that you have not achieved, not experienced yet in this lifetime. This is a product of the work you've been doing. And if you haven't dug in to do this work at the deeper level, I highly encourage you, use the tools on Vibe Up, use the coaching with me, find another teacher healer to dig into it with, because This is really important to clearing out the blocks and getting you into a framework where you're coming into yourself all the way. That's another theme that's highlighted right now, is coming into yourself fully. Where have we been not allowing ourselves to do that? Where have we remained distracted or attached? So let's pull a spread here, and I'm going to talk about how we can navigate these energies more fluidly, what's up ahead, what we need to know for the month, and also what's the good stuff on the forefront? What can we look forward to this month, right? So right away, the bottom of the tarot deck is about balance. And this is what we're looking at as we head into this Libra new moon, which is October 8th. And we're really working on the balance of our masculine and feminine energies, and also balance in all areas in our life, but especially from within, especially that aspect. I'm going to pull a couple more decks here so that we can get some advice cards around the tarot spread. I want you to know, too, that I'm not going to pull masculine and feminine right now because I feel like we're all representative of both. There's so much crossover. We're doing so much balancing that these messages are for both the masculine and the feminine as one. Okay, that's how I'm reading it. And let's see what we're working on in terms of like still clearing out our wounds, past life stuff, ancestral karma, child wounds. Let's see what else we've got to work through this month. Okay. And let's pull from the Ascension deck, because we really want to know what's paramount for our ascension. Okay, I'm going to hold these up in just a moment, all right? Okay. So we see, so what's coming up for the present is, I love this, is the Wheel of Fortune for the combined energies, okay? And this is like the completion of a process for you. I feel like this is the completion for many of you of like the first phase or level of your healing. It's almost like an initiation to the next level of your ascension. And this initiation is going to open up a lot for you. It feels like it's opening up opportunity and connection, and they're saying like the sky is really the limit for everyone. You just really need to believe in yourself, and anything is possible. Anything is. They're showing me, though, crowning over this is the Death card, and this feels representative of where we've been attached. This is really what the guides are telling me are, this is where we've been attached to the twin flame, to the outcome. That's dying now, okay? For some of you, this will literally be some karmic things that are still coming to an end, that are still finding the close in your life. But for most of you, this is really the end of attachment. This is coming into a more surrendered space. And underneath this Wheel of Fortune is the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is like, hi, we're exhausted from being so attached. There's cycles that aren't reaping the reward. They are cycles that are just keeping us stuck and holding us back. And I think so many in the collective are ready to let it go. In doing that, you're going to come all the way into yourself. And by coming all the way into yourself, this is going to open up a whole new world of opportunity for you. Things coming your way, just through that alignment, coming further into your mission, into your soul's purpose, into happiness and joy. And so let's talk about coming into yourself fully. So coming into yourself fully, what does that mean? Well, you must ask yourself, where have I been attached to the outcome? Where have I been attached to the other person? Where have I been attached to some future timeline where your happiness or your joy is contingent upon that. We were just learning that in my intensive program, talking about the power of now and the power of presence. And they're really saying, like, be now with yourself, be all the way into yourself. Where has your energy been outside? Where have you been giving too much outside of you? And for those of you who have been attached to the twin flame in an unhealthy way, like in a way that you're connected through fear or control or needing the outcome or needing the whatever it is that you're needing to feel whole from within, when you let go of that and allow that to die, you're going to find a new way of being within yourself. And this isn't like a come to your knees, you're weeping, oh my God, I have to grieve. Not at all. It's not going to feel like that. It's the most simple letting go, but yet it feels so hard because we feel like when we take our hands off of the driver's wheel or the steering wheel, that everything's just going to blow up or everything's just going to disappear, right? Like we're going to be totally abandoned or we're going to be totally left, but that's not the case. And in fact, I'm using the wheel symbolism or metaphor. And look at this as you relax on the wheel. This is also like the hands of time, right? This is saying like surrender, relax into it, because this is going to be really, really important right now. Being in the now is going to help you find the balance. Okay? So we're going to talk more about that in a moment. There's something that I think everyone is working on is this month is finding the balance also between solitude and receiving help, connecting with others and receiving. And receiving or receptivity is something that everyone in the collective is working on in terms of their feminine energy. That's a huge piece right now. I have to tell you a story. I never return anything. I am one of those people that I don't buy frivolously, but when I buy, I usually make sound, like well thought out purchases. So I seldom am unhappy with what I purchase, but recently there's been a few purchases that I was unhappy with. And normally in the past, if that's ever happened, I just keep it. I've never really thought about it, but I don't bring things back. I have a mom who brings everything back. She'll return everything. She'll open a package and go, oh, this isn't good. I'll return it. And almost I think I've judged that or rejected it. And so there, like that, I fear that people would think lower of me or that I would like that's not classy or something. But anyhow, these few products lately that I wasn't satisfied with, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to overcome my fear. I'm going to bring this back to the store, because normally I just keep the things. I either give them away or they sit in my garage or whatever. So I did, and there were 3 things in particular this past week. And I will tell you, I was on fire. I mean, it felt so good, and everyone was just like, no problem, sure, we'll give you your money back. This is great. And I felt like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? All this time I've been afraid of this. I think in a way I haven't felt worthy. I haven't felt worthy of bringing something back to the store. I felt like, oh, will they think less of me? Or I don't know what my hang up is, but I've analyzed it from all angles, and I can tell you it's something around worthiness. It's around this fear or projection that I had on my mom and needing to embrace that within myself. Knowing that it doesn't cheapen me to bring back this stuff. So anyhow, I had a great experience with this. I was definitely in the flow of life while I was doing this. And what I want to say is I'm hearing from my clients similar stories, not about returning things, but about like noticing like, oh, I just need to receive the compliment. I just need to receive the help. I just need to receive the invitation. I just need to receive, and feel worthy of it, because this is usually when we push away the help, or when we seclude ourselves or spend time hermiting or in solitude, is when we're not feeling worthy of the connection. Now, many of you have hermited because that's what your higher self was needing to do the healing, to do the deeper work. But I do feel like we are emerging to connect this month. This is a month where I would say go out and meet people, go to retreats, go to workshops, go to festivals, go out and do that. And if someone wants to connect with you or give you help or assistance in any way on your mission, be open to receiving it. You see the scale of balance? Again, we're working on the balance. Give, take. You all are givers. You are all givers. I know that about so many of you. And you all give so much selflessly. And they're saying, come into your self-worth all the way so that you can receive and feel good about the receiving. Feel entitled to that. Feel worthy of it. And be okay accepting it. Okay? And receiving it. So remember that give, take. As you receive, you'll be able to give on another day. As you have given, now you're receiving like the rewards from what you have put out into the universe. So this is talking about karmic balance as well. Okay. And underneath that is the fears, the phobias, right? Like what I was saying, like I was actually afraid to return things. And they're saying you just need to trust, because the things that we're afraid of, which is, I think it is stepping all the way into ourselves, our worthiness, coming into that place where we can receive what is being offered to us, where we can really get out of our own way to repattern, right? That's kind of like that silly story I had for you about me returning these products. This is really about stepping beyond our fears and coming out of the closet, right? And this is the bottom of the Ascended Masters deck. It's like they come out of the closet. Stepping out of solitude. It feels like a big, big message here. You're going to balance doing some behind the scenes work and healing and resting. But this month is going to be much more about you being out there, much more about you putting yourself out there, much more about you trying new things or stepping beyond your fears. And that's really exciting. Definitely, it makes me feel giddy when I think about that. And I feel like it's the collective as a whole. So it's there's like a supercharge to it. And then ahead we see the Justice card. So I feel like this is saying, and again, we have the scales of balance. So there is no coincidence here that we're working on balance. Okay? So they're saying any place where you felt like you've been wronged, or maybe this is even where you felt like you've acted in the wrong, where you have shame or guilt or regret. The scales of balance are helping you to release that. Release anything where you feel victimized. Release any feeling where you're hanging on to the shame, the regret, or the guilt that you have for the way that you've acted. In releasing yourself from that is going to give way to your freedom, to your kind of reinventing yourself right now in the moment. And that's what it feels like. And it feels like there's epiphanies, right, that are coming through. I'm seeing this happen in my intensive program, but I don't think it's just because we're going through this work. I think it's because I slated for that program during a time where I knew there would be great epiphanies. These epiphanies are coming. They're coming to us, whether it be just little memories or things clicking into place about our healing, or if it's really like saying like, oh, wow, I'm free. Oh, I'm freer than I thought. I don't have to stay chained to injustices, to being victimized, to, ways that I've held myself down from, like this, having regrets about the way I've acted in the past, or having shame about that, or guilt. Now's the time to free yourself. And they're saying the scales are going to balance. And what you're going to find is you're going to find that you feel very free. And they keep saying like there's a reinventing yourself in the now, like reinventing yourself as you come all the way into yourself. Okay? And this is also when coming all the way into ourselves isn't just about where we've been attached outwardly or to other people or to outside circumstances or to timelines. This is also about where we've been rejecting ourselves, where we've put up resistance within ourselves. And how can you come all the way in and love yourself and accept yourself and release the places that you've been, rejecting. And that's going to make you feel worthy. That's going to make you feel like you're able to receive more openly. Okay? Now, underneath this, we have wisdom. And it's funny because I don't know if any of you have been seeing it. Maybe it's just my sign or my animal spirit guides right now. But I have been seeing the unicorn everywhere. I mean, everywhere. And this is reminding us that your inner knowing of your divinity is there. It's ready to come through. Like who you are at the divine level. It's right there. Like it feels like they keep showing me like it's like pressing on almost like a screen with holes, like a window screen. Like it's like your divinity, like you with the crown is like just pushing up against that, but he or she's ready to break through. But I feel it coming through in all of you. That's part of you stepping into the wholeness. That's part of you relinquishing the attachment to timelines, to the other person. And we are really stepping into wholeness right now. Okay, balance of masculine and feminine energies coming all the way into yourselves. Ask yourself, where have I rejected myself? Where have I been distracting myself? Like with outside things, timelines, people, could be anything where you're distracting yourself from coming all the way into yourself. They're saying you have the wisdom of who you truly are so that you can wear your crown and honor yourself and clear out the fears, because in that place of being who you truly are at the divine level, that divine knowing, you are 100% in that alignment in a state of trust. And Vishnu comes in to remind us of that. That he's reminding us to trust, to clear out these fear templates that have been holding us back. And underneath we have persistence. And persistence is just saying, be persistent with yourself. If you find yourself going back into those old patterns, reroute yourself. Be persistent with coming all the way into yourself. Kind of make this the priority. I'm going to make myself the priority this month. I'm going to listen to what Kimberly said. I'm going to try to come all the way into myself and recognize where I've been rejecting myself, where I've been living for someone else or attached to an outcome, where I've been, hermiting or in solitude or holding back, constricting myself, where I've been unable to just stand in my divine knowing, my divine presence and receive. They're saying you're needing to be persistent with that healing, with that recognition. And in this knowing, this is something that you've got to remind yourself, however you need to do it. Whether it's keeping a picture of a king or a queen in front of you, it's the reminder of your connection to your divinity. And we find that connection when we are in alignment. And so how do you naturally go into alignment? Well, doing things that are creative or meditative, right? That pulls you into alignment. But when we're up here in our heads and we're trying to control things and we're trying to, control timelines or we're attached to timelines and things like that, we're not really allowing. And this is about allowing so that we can receive all this great stuff that's coming our way. So remember, the things that are dying are the attachments, as the ways that we've been rejecting ourselves, the distractions, the ways that we've been distracting ourselves. It's anything that we've been doing that's keeping us from coming all the way into ourselves. Okay? Let's see. In the bottom of the deck for the Sonia Choquette, this is the Ask Your Guides, is decisions. Okay, so this is, again, if you're needing to make decisions this month, it's finding the balance of, your logical mind and your intuition and your heart, really. And it's not just outward forces that could be pulling at you, but it's really listening to your higher self. It's the balance between your intelligence, your logic, and that's your masculine side, that logical side, the analytical side, and the balance between your inner knowing, what is propelling your heart, what is your gut telling you. And that's something that we're working on now in making the decisions moving forward. Now, as we're just coming out of this full moon in Aries, there has been this tendency to want to be a little bit impulsive, to, take some impulsive action. And I talked about that in my last video, last written forecast. And I want to remind you that your desires are coming to the surface as well. Like, this wisdom it's who you are. It's what you want. And for some of you, you will take some action over the next month in terms of really going for what you want. But I would say it's wise to let things calm down for a few weeks until we get into the new moon energy, and then put all your intentions out. And then it might be time then to take action and make those decisions that you're needing to make. These do not feel hard decisions. They feel like you're aligning with yourself, and then you're knowing what to do. Okay? And for many of you, you'll be settling into the energies more, which means just grounding in and finding balance. And so that's like, I'd say like 70-30. So 30% of the collective is like how they're showing it to me, like with the divide, like a third of the collective almost is going to be like making decisions, pushing things forward a little bit more through the month of October. But those decisions are going to feel really different because you're going to be much more balanced when you make them. You're going to be much more coming from a place of your masculine, feminine. It's going to feel easy. It's not going to feel so emotional. It's not going to feel so heavy. You're going to hear your heart's calling, your true desires, and line up with your divinity to make very easy decisions for you. And there's the other percentage of you, the other 2/3 or so of the collective, who are settling more into these energies. So there's no major decisions to be made. You've already made some decisions. You are just settling into your mission. You're getting more grounded where you're at. And that's going to really help you when we come to the full moon and it comes to bringing some of these things that you've been working on to life, because that full moon in Taurus, which is all about that grounded energy. And that's going to be at month's end. I think that's October 24th. So use the time around the new moon to set your intentions, whether you're making decisions or you're grounding in to take things a step further in your life as they are currently. It makes no difference because all of you have heightened manifestation power now, whether you want to do something big or small. And the way that you're going to be the most powerful manifestor is through your alignment, through coming into yourself all the way, focusing on you, prioritizing yourself, allowing yourself to feel worthy, allowing yourself to receive, and bringing that self forth when you interact with others. Because I do feel like you are meeting with your soul tribe this month, and you're getting and receiving opportunities to meet. If you're not receiving them, I would seek them out, okay? Physical classes, retreats, workshops, trips, travel, festivals. People are meeting right now, okay? And you're needing to just come out from the solitude. So many of you are, okay? And if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, or if you're in the Northeast like I am, there's not going to be that much longer before the weather gets cold and we'll be kind of hibernating. These months, October and November, I really feel like you're going to be connecting a lot. And then there'll be a little bit of a rest period until about February, March, and when we'll reemerge. The Ascension card for this reading is Jesus. And I love when this appears. I'm going to read it just verbatim what it says. It says, Jesus came from Venus, planet of love. He was sent to Earth to carry the Christ light at a time when the energy was very low. He incarnated as an Essene and received spiritual teachings throughout his childhood and adult life. Then he underwent many initiations to prepare his energy centers to carry the vibration of unconditional love. What did I say at the beginning of this reading? I said, this is like, it's like almost like you've gone through one initiation, right? Like you've gone through this deep healing work, the dark night of the soul. You're at another level. You're going through an initiation right now to get to the next level in your ascension. And by coming all the way into yourself, guess what? That true self-love, that true divine knowing, the lining up with your divinity, that is what enables you to carry the vibration and to reach the vibration of unconditional love. So some of you say, oh, I'm unconditional with my twin. Oh, I'm unconditional with my twin. But guess what? Unless you're completely healed and totally self-loving and unconditional with yourself, there's no way you could be unconditional with your twin. So I ask you to look at maybe where you've been putting yourself behind others or self-sacrificing, because in order to come into that vibration of unconditional love, you're needing to go through those initiations and that healing and have the tools to come all the way into yourself, okay? This card reminds you that all challenging people and situations are tests to prepare you for ascension. To pass these tests, you need to respond to them with unconditional love and balance. Don't you love that? You see that word balance? So they're saying responding with balance, responding with love, taking it in stride. What am I going to learn from this person? Oh, this person's reactive. I don't need to react. It's having that wherewithal. It's beaming out love to the universe. It's this give take. I'll help you. You help me. This is what it's all about. This is what we're supposed to be perpetuating at this time. Okay? Now, I do want to talk about twin flame unions, okay? And one thing that they're showing me is the dolphins. The dolphins always remind me of twin flames coming together. So it says, dolphin sonics purify and raise the frequency of water as they swim through it so that they can access, maintain, and pass on the wisdom of golden Atlantis and Lemuria. Those dolphins who shimmer with aquamarine light were the angels of Atlantis. They are mighty beings who help to hold the frequency of the oceans. Choosing this card invites you to tune into the beautiful dolphins and access a message from them. Your guidance is to relax and flow with the current of ascension, knowing that the dolphins are telepathically imparting help and wisdom to you. I connect with dolphin wisdom. I love that. And this is like that relax. This came in reverse for us. Relax, flow with it, right? Flow with it. Don't try to resist any longer. And the dolphins are very sacred, beautiful mammals, and they are really reminders that their mateship, their partnership, just like swans. They're reminders how they travel in pairs, and they are reminders of love, of partnership. And this is a 23 card, okay, and master numbers, but I really do feel like this is that we're going to be seeing some of these pairs of unions right around October 23rd this month. Now, I have goosebumps. This is not going to be for everyone, of course, but we're going to start to see waves of this happening towards that time frame. If you are one of those people, comment on my channel. Let me know. Please send me an email. I'd love to know that, okay? Know if you're coming into union or if you've had contact with your twin or tides are turning, okay? Because I do feel like there's a lot of twin flames who are going to be through this wholeness, through this new you, through this newly achieved level of your ascension, that you're able to step forth in more harmonic union and maintain that. And this is going to be about, so I don't know why they're giving me percentages today. This is the dorkiest thing because I don't usually see percentages. I'm clairvoyant, clairaudient, claircognizant, and I do get pictures, and so usually with numbers, letters, words, they flash them to me. So they're like flashing 15% to me, and before, remember I said 70-30. It's kind of interesting, but they're showing me 15% of the twin flames in the collective are going to be coming to union. That's an astounding number. So share your stories, okay? And give it time to, because when you reconnect with your twins, if you're coming out of a separation, or if you're stepping forth as two new people, there may be like a getting reacquainted period, right? Like the rhythm will always be there. The soul connection's always there. But there is like this, oh, it's you again. Oh, and you're showing up differently. Oh, I'm so proud of, look at you. Look how you've healed. Look how you've healed. Wow. There's like this admiration, recognition. And that's really great. And for some of you, I have been talking about, you all get so thrown off when I talk about it, but some of you are meeting your soul partner, soulmate, or your twin flame. And these are showing, they're showing me like these are life partners coming in for many. So that means like whether it's a soulmate or a twin flame or however you want to label it, these are divine connections that are coming in for you as life mates. And so it's like a reunion, so to speak, from past lives. These are people that you've known in past lives, many lives. It's going to feel familiar. It's also going to feel really, really, really good. And those reunions are going to be happening from now, like they keep showing me right through like April, May of next year. They're going to start like, they're showing me like popping up like sprouts. Okay. And that's just, those are going to be through serendipitous meetings, through travel, connection with your tribe. That's how you're going to meet these life partners. So many of you have a life partner coming in. If it's not the person who you've been attached to or thinking is your twin flame, or maybe it's just that you and your twin haven't contracted to be life partners in this lifetime, you have great things waiting up ahead of you and coming for you. And your alignment is going to bring that all in for you. So don't think like, oh, wow, what did I do all this work for? You did all this work so that you can come into happiness, joy, abundance, and meet your life partner. Remember, it's fated. It's fated. And the work that you're doing is lining you up for exactly what is in alignment for you, exactly what's on purpose for you. So don't think like, oh, I missed that, or you each know who you are. You know if you're coming into union with your twin. You know, many of you know if you're not in with a real twin flame right now. Like a lot of you know that, and that might be keeping the door open for this new partner to come in as you further align with yourself. And others of you know so deeply that you're in connection with your twin flame, and the work that you need to do is just within yourself. So I want to pull a couple of the angel therapy cards just for kind of confirmation on these messages. And then we'll pull a divine feminine card as well, and we'll just get okay. I love it. So from the angel therapy deck, they're saying cut your cords, right? So they're saying like, where are you attached to things that are not serving you? So some of you have emailed me before and I've told you cutting cords is not about like cutting people out of your life. Cutting energetic cords is basically about gently severing, removing energetic connectors that are tied into you that are no longer serving you. Those are the things that are unhealthy, relationships, people, attachments, and this is very much the end of those attachments. And that's why they're saying it's time to cut the cords, meaning where you've been attached. These are cords, lines of fear, where you've attached yourself, where you've hooked into other people, timelines, outcomes, the person, the contingencies on it working out with that person the way you had in mind. And they're saying you're needing to surrender and let that just allow the 5D self to come to you. That means the 5D person, the higher self, to come to you. And in order to do that, we often do have to cut away the negative lines of energy in the 3D. So how do you do that? So there's I've talked about this before, but there's lots of cord cutting ceremonies on YouTube. You can download these meditations or rituals. I have one that is written out that I really like. It's pretty gentle. You can read through it and then perform it on your own. If you want that, I'm trying to think how I could post it. Instead of a million people emailing me, I will post a link to it, and I'll put it on like a subpage of my website. So I'll put a link below the video. I'll make sure that it's available to you, so you can just click and open it up, and it'll be right there. So if you want that, you can download it. It'll be a PDF that you can view online or download. But along with this, they're saying, clear yourself and law of attraction. And the reason why they're saying clear yourself is they're saying in order to attract in what you want, you've got to get rid of these fears, phobias, attachments to toxic people, toxic things, anything that's been holding you back, so that you can get really, really deliberate about what you're wanting to create and attract into your life. Because I'm telling you, the further you go into yourself, the more in alignment you are, and the more you practice that balance that we've been talking about, that is going to make everything just show up for you. The mission, the purpose, the life partner, the twin flame, that everything's going to start to fall into place. Okay? Many of you are at that point where you've reached that level of your healing where you're ready to do that. And like I said, if you're not, come seek me out. Seek out another healer or teacher to do your work with. Okay? And for the divine feminine, and the bottom of the deck for the angel therapy is the throat chakra. Okay? And I love that too, because that's about speaking your truth. That's like me going and saying, hi, I'd like to return this. I haven't been able to do that before, right? Because I had this judgment. I had this fear around it. I thought I'd be less of a person, or I judged myself, and I needed to really come into the worthiness of that. And I was able to, through that worthiness, speak my truth. And this again is talking about your masculine and feminine energies, because it takes your knowing your inner truth. It's your feminine energy, the instincts, the trusting your gut, trusting, listening, and then being able to initiate, your spoken word, or to take the action like I did to return the item. That is your masculine energy. And so when we speak our truth, it takes both. It's not just your feminine energy. It's your feminine and masculine energies working together. So they're showing me that all of you are coming into that, clearing those throat chakra blockages, and coming into speaking your truth in a new way as well. And that's really exciting. All right, so let's look at these. Let's pull a Divine Feminine card just because I feel guided to do so. Okay, and it's Isis, one who is all. And we've seen her before. And she is reminding us that you are able, as you step into your divinity, you are able to have everything that you desire, from the mission and the work and the family and everything that you're wanting. And this is for the masculine too. This is for your inner feminine. They're saying for many of the masculine, the recognition that's coming right now is that you're creators, that you're manifestors, that you are here to do something more heart-centered. That's a recognition that's coming through for many masculine. Masculine, you're embracing your strength through your truth. And a lot of this is just embracing the totality of your being. That's even the denied aspects of yourself, like the denied feminine aspects, the piece of you that's the creator, that's intuitive. So claim those aspects. If you're a male or masculine identifying with the masculine energy, claim those feminine traits, because they're saying we are all one who is all. We can all step into that totality of our wholeness and also have everything that we desire. That's what I was just talking about. Through the law of attraction, everything flowing your way, the work, the family, the partnership, it's like that feeling of total fulfillment. That's what Isis represents. And the bottom of that deck, I love it, is Grandmother Spider. And this is again about the wisdom. It's a weaving our life's path. It's the wisdom of our, divine knowing. It's the trusting in the fates and the how we're making our decisions as well. They're saying that you're being guided. There's a higher consciousness that's guiding you through to make the right decisions for you. And this beautiful web that you're weaving throughout your life is one of creation. Okay, this is a reminder of creation energy. You're creating your life. You are the creator of your experience. Don't forget that. You're creating your experience. So just because you were disappointed last week, or you felt sad this morning, or whatever has happened in the past, get present with yourself right now and know that none of that is going to dictate what's about to happen or what you can manifest for the future. So really, really believe in the messages that you're receiving from higher consciousness, your intuitive knowing, lining up with your divinity to hear all of that, and allowing yourself to step in all the way to your gifts, to be the creator of your own experience, anything that you desire. Okay? So it's this is the Weaver, and it's number 13. And Isis was One Who's All, and it's number 4 for those of you who are into the numerology. So I feel like it's complete here. So you have the overarching themes, the things that we're working on, some of the challenges. I'm going to post the cord cutting verbiage for you with a link. And I hope that's been helpful. I will be back at the new moon and at the full moon for energy updates. So I'll look forward to seeing you then. Take care, everybody. Bye.